What I found interesting about bad habits is that most people actually don't want to quit those bad habits. And the reason that they struggle with the bad habits is because they haven't realized that they actually are attaching their identity to that bad habit. That's the reason why they haven't actually quit, whether that's smoking, that might be junk food, pornography, whatever the habit is, drugs. You might innately know that it's bad, and let's say you actually want to quit, but when you think about it, you really don't want to quit. That's why most people can't quit. Like it sounds weird, but if you break it down, if you think about it, you've asked most people, maybe they've been trying, let's say they're like day 10, day 15, day 30 of quitting the bad habit, and they've been having a good run. But if you think about it, it really doesn't make sense if you're counting like, oh, this is day 30 of me not doing this bad habit. This is day 20, 50, 1 year maybe of you not doing this bad habit. And I think when you're counting, that still indicates that you're still attaching your identity with that bad habit. What I mean by that is if you're counting, I mean, what's the point of counting? You're counting for the next time, like you're going to tell somebody like, I've gone this many days without breaking this bad habit, or something to tell yourself so that the next time when you do the bad habit, you can tell yourself you've gone XYZ days without the bad habit. You pretty much haven't broken your identity away from that bad habit. That's why it's so difficult. And if most people took the time to really sit there and analyze that this bad habit isn't adding value to their life, and unless you truly get to that point where you really deeply want to change, it's a simple switch. Obviously, addiction is real. There's people in real situations where if they were to go without that, let's say drug, they might experience really negative consequences, like withdrawal symptoms from alcohol, for example, can be deadly. You have to be seen in a clinic to be administered and tapered off of alcohol. You can't just quit because you can actually die. There are bad habits that have consequences to just cutting cold turkey. But it's not something as aggressive as that. You have to realize that it all just comes down to your actual moral intention to stop it. If you really want to stop it, you can. And it's as simple as a decision, because if you just associate your identity with the new identity, if you identify yourself as someone that doesn't eat junk food, only eats really healthy food to fuel your body, if you really wire your psychology to be completely in alignment with that person, you will only be drawn to those behaviors. You will not consider the eating junk food as a bad behavior. You're just not that person. That's why you see people that they work out all the time, or they don't do those bad behaviors that you might exhibit, because they're just a completely different person. They identify as someone completely different. And I realize that it seems hard, but it really comes down to a decision. And that decision is just breaking away from the attachment that you have with that behavior and aligning yourself with a new identity. And that's where you see real change, real transformation. But yeah, take that time to meditate and consider that, and you'll find yourself feeling different. And just ask yourself, like, if you are struggling with that behavior, your identity might be a part of that behavior. If it's a coping mechanism, just tell yourself that it's a coping mechanism, realize how you feel, and replace that, and don't attach yourself so much with that behavior. But it's something that's helped me to transform my behavior and my coping mechanisms, or my patterns, negative patterns, and just detach myself with identifying with that thing, and really identifying with this new version of who I see that I am. And once you walk in alignment, it's that easy even though it may not seem easy, because it just comes down to a decision.